Y'all, we need to talk about all these anti-trans bills. So right now in Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Nebraska, Florida, the list goes on and on. There are all these anti-trans and anti-drag bills and anti-gay bills. They're all really vaguely worded, and they don't really protect kids. They criminalize people being trans. They criminalize being trans in public. They criminalize drag shows. Do they do anything to investigate the rampant child sex abuse that's going on in churches that that Department of Child and Family Services continue to not report and continue to not have the budget to investigate? Most sex abuse in minors happens from a family member, happens from a male family member, does not happen from trans people, does not happen from drag queens. A lot of times it's the fucking priest. Child poverty, all-time high. People experiencing homelessness, all-time high. Here in Texas, we don't have an electric grid that works. We aren't paying our teachers. We aren't paying our nurses. 98% of people who transition, their gender expression, who transition, they stay transitioned. The less than 2% that don't, they detransition because of societal pressure or their families rejecting them. I wonder why societal pressure and family rejection is such a big deal when we have all these anti-trans bills. Speaking of experiencing homelessness and family rejection, part of why so many people who are experiencing homelessness are LGBTQ, and why if you are queer LGBTQ, you have a 50% higher chance of becoming homeless, is because of the stigma that is often made worse by bills like this and by people who refuse to understand queer people or trans people and just use us as a scapegoat to blame all the ills of society, as opposed to it being like, corporate greed and like intolerance and like people just like being generally unkind and not caring about each other. So right now we have kids that are losing access to healthcare, losing access to just be seen as human, be able to play sports, be able to be with their friends, be able to get to see their doctor. This is an emergency, and I really need y'all to care more. So please follow an organization that is based in one of these states and do something today. Talk to a family member. Make this a priority in your life. Please make this a priority in your life. If you yes Queen with Drag Race, if you watch me on Queer Eye, please make these anti-LGBTQ bills and these anti-LGBTQ politicians a priority in your life and for your family. Because if you don't make it a priority for you, they're gonna come for you next. That's how it works. So stand up for something or you'll fall for anything.